ScouterStan. Just want to talk a little bit about once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. Now, we hear this all the time. And when I was growing up, I was told that every man that had walked on the moon was an Eagle Scout. Not too long ago, I found out that was not actually true. And we'll cover that real soon. But we have to ask ourselves, if we're Eagle Scouts, what does that mean? Achieving the highest rank in scouting is amazing, and many young men and women achieve this. And it is extremely rare. Since 1912, over 3 million have earned the rank of Eagle Scout. It is said somewhere between 6 and 8% of all scouts today become Eagle Scouts. Now that is because they're using a very narrow percentage. For instance, a troop with 14 scouts would mean that one of them would become an Eagle. But we have to look at the bigger picture. The United States, we have 75 million youth under the age of 18. Of that, less than 1% actually joins scouting. As you know, as a scouter, it takes a lot to be an Eagle Scout. You have to go through all of the different ranks, all the way up, and all the merit badges, and even an Eagle Project. It is difficult. It's not easy. But if you have less than 1% that are actually joining scouting, this makes Eagle Scouts even more rare. In today's society, teaching morals and leadership to young people can be quite controversial. All scouts should never be ashamed of any ranks that they have achieved. It took hard work to get to where they were. The only difference is that an Eagle Scout took it to the absolute end of the road as far as ranks. They gave up many other things. A lot of times they gave up band or football or even other activities at school just so they could complete the ultimate rank in scouting. Eagle Scouts take upon themselves to live their entire lives by the Scout Oath and law. And they take the oath to heart in God and country. You will find Eagle Scouts in public service, policemen, and even the clergy. Many Eagle Scouts move on to a military career. Many of today's police officers, firemen, EMTs also live to help others at all times. In business, we find many Eagle Scouts fill the ranks of supervisors, leads, managers, directors, and even CEOs. As an Eagle Scout, I've even started business meetings by putting the Scout sign up. It's amazing how many in the ranks of corporate understand that's time to start the meeting. An Eagle Scout never says, I was an Eagle Scout, because they are an Eagle Scout for life and forever. There are many millions of Life Scouts who aged out before completing the requirements for Eagle. This fact does not diminish their responsibility to also live by the Scout Oath and Scout Law. And that is true for all Scouts. Now, it is an urban legend that all the men walked on the moon were Eagle Scouts. The truth is, all but one of the moonwalkers was in scouting, and only 2 had achieved Eagle Scout. Charles Pete Conrad was a Cub Scout from Apollo 12. There were 2 Tenderfoot Scouts, Buzz Aldrin from Apollo 11 and Harris Schmitt from Apollo 17. There were also 2 second-class Scouts, John Young from Apollo 16 and Gene Cernan from Apollo 17. There were 2 first-class Scouts, Alan Bean from Apollo 12 and Alan Shepard from Apollo 14. The 2 Eagle Scouts was Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon from Apollo 11, and Charles Duke from Apollo 16. I was told long ago that all 12 of the men that walked on the moon were actually Eagle Scouts because they were all test pilots. That too is not true. In the 1950s, when they were considering test pilots, Eagle Scout status weighed heavily and often moved the application forward ahead of others. And that follows true even today. Eagle Scouts are considered dedicated people to a moral code. This is extremely valuable resource to many companies out there, and they recognize that. To have somebody under 18 actually make the effort to become an Eagle Scout shows that they have commitment and drive. It's really good to have on an application. I encourage all adult leaders to really work hard with their Life Scouts. Make sure that they have the resources and the tools and the ability to actually achieve Eagle Scout. It's not easy, and we don't need to make it harder. And we work so hard with all of the Scouts so that they can achieve their goals. That is critical to Scouting's success. And you're a part of that. I'm so proud of all the hard work that you have done in the past and will continue to do for your unit. Eagle Scouts will always live by the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. That is their commitment to their community and to help others. And like always, I will see you on the trail.